Yeah, look, it's been a long journey, but one that I've really enjoyed. It's been started 2008. So that's when I started. So it's a little while ago now. But you never forget when you make that certain change in your life. When because if it was a big change for you, like if you met your wife or something like that, it's always you always can just touch on that straight away. So, and I remember, when I met my wife, it was the same thing. I remember the exact moment. And I do remember, because this has changed my life, that exact moment where I decided to go and educate myself. That was the hardest thing I had to get through. I need to know a little bit more about this. I need to educate myself. I do remember back then, 2008, doing the education course, coming out of it, and I felt empowered, Michael. I felt like, wow, I had so many questions. I've read all these different magazines. I'd seen other speakers and that. And when I came out of it, I was like, I've got solutions. I've got options. I can do this, this, and this, and this. I felt like from now on, I had some direction because I hadn't invested before. I was too scared. I didn't like the share market. I'd heard about loss, heard these stories. But the property education that I had kind of said to me, okay, this is the journey of what people have gone on before. This is how they did it, and all these strategies that you can pick from. And I think that really appealed to me. My whole process, well, it's not only my process, myself and my wife now, because we weren't married when we started. And I think when you get together with your partner and you start educating both of yourself to a point where you're both growing in that process and you're both understanding the financial decisions that you're making, that makes a lot of difference. So my wife and I made a decision to do the course together. I went back there and we sat down, we looked at our scenario, and I said, look, I looked at the intro and I've decided that you've asked me certain questions, where we're going to go in the future and that type of stuff. Back then we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were living together. So we were both in stressful environments, stressful jobs. We were making money, we were spending that money. We were too scared to take that next step. So we saw a lot of ways and solutions that we could actually use our education, had some strategies and implement that. So I think the major things that I took away from the course was that on another level I had support. I felt that knowledge source had a lot of avenues there, a lot of education, a lot of websites that I could go to. There were coaches that we could always go back to and say, hey, I didn't quite understand this. So I didn't feel like I just walked into something and walked out of something that was all on my own too. I think that made me feel very confident. My progression has been one that I started small. I made some mistakes. I learned a few things there. And then once I get that next level of confidence up, I went again. I never stopped my education, as a lot of people know, because they still see me coming to these courses and still learning more and more and talking to other people. So every year I've gone and I'd say that I'd learned all the strategies, I tried some out, and then I was interested in another strategy. So I'd come back and I'd really want to find out more and more about that strategy again, because I want to optimize it before I went into it. I'm a very careful person. Anyone that knows me knows that I am cautious and I want to know everything about something, and I want to know the stories about what did people do wrong and how did they do it right. So I suppose wrapping it up from here is that every year we get bigger and bigger in our confidence, and therefore it made us be able to do bigger developments. So we moved from renovations to subdivisions to duplexes, and then from there we eventually moved into doing multis, which are multiple townhouses or multiple units. We shifted from one state to another. We still had lots of houses in that one state. So we thought we'll rent out our PPO, which is our personal place of residence, where we were living, and we'd move to another state and use those same strategies again. And no matter what state I'd moved to within Australia, I could just land those same type of education no matter where we were, so we weren't fixed to one particular place. The biggest thing I think for me also was I think I'm more of an entrepreneur than an employee. And so I've always can put more effort in than my employer would ever require of me. Sure, I had a father-son business that I was doing, but I was the type of person that can put more hours in, more effort to there. So it kind of shows me also, and people can like assimilate to that type of that thing, that you actually do have more capacity. And that's where this real estate stuff comes into hand. Because you start saying, this is my job, and I'm going to get paid for that job. But I'm not going to put more capacity into that job. I'm going to use that capacity almost like as a second job, and I'm going to use that time and energy to take care of the money that I make in my job and invest it well. So that in 5 years' time, I do have a choice to do whatever I want. I do respect having a job. I think everyone needs a solid job there. But I think you need to be able to say that in 5 years' time or 10 years' time when you're working that job, that you should be able to come out of it having invested well to be able to make choices then and to maybe do something else that you love or follow a passion. The things that have changed in my life are my relationship with my partner, first off. We've always got on very well, but it's just got better. I must say, living at the menial level is good and you can maintain a relationship, but when you've got investment properties, you've got security. When you've got good cash flow in, you've also got options in life. And your relationships aren't all about money. And I've seen a lot of relationships in the past, my own as well, where I'm struggling and seeing that money issue kind of came up, and that brings drama and blame and that type of stuff. So this course has basically brought me to a point now that education has come to investment, has come to wealth, and now it's even gone past that, where my upbringing was always take care of myself, but then if I've got extra money, my mission is to go and help other people out there too. And I almost feel my own personal mission, my own personal goals in life now are to change people's perception on what they're able to do, their ability. Because we keep getting pushed into this thing of, that's your job, that's all you can do. But the ability you can do with a bit of education, a bit of community around you to help you get to that next level means that no one can be taken for granted. And so right now, where we are now, is, what we kind of aim at is at least $1 million profit a year. We try to do, doing, maybe 20 to 40 multis, so that might be townhouses, 20 to 40 townhouses or units, could be more. But I wouldn't have thought that I was possible doing that years and years ago. Right now I'm developing computer programs to operate systems, to systemize that so that I can grow this company up. So I do owe it to myself first for taking that first step and taking that action and saying, hey, I matter and my education, and I've got to improve my head, and I'm going to spend some time educating in myself. So that's obviously, I've got to spend money on that. But there's also another side where I've got to say to the rest of the people out there, sorry, I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what limits you've got on me. I'm doing this for myself. And that's a big thing that I kind of made that decision. And within the community there, you do get that support, where it says, if they won't support you, because that sometimes happens, your family or other people around you, then, hey, we'll support you. So I feel that's a major change too. So, yeah, so I'm back here at another event, as you know, because I love doing it. I love mixing with the community as well. And I'm really happy for the choices that I've made, and I'm happy that every year, really Knowledge Source has been there for me too. You guys have been around for years and years, and if you weren't there, then I really don't think I could have gone anywhere else and got as much information and support in any other community out there, because I've seen other things out there, and it really has made me the man who I am today. So Michael, the I Love Real Estate community in itself is people that have gone through the training with Knowledge Source, with Divna, with whoever else out there, other mentors, And they've taken some understanding on that. And they've been taught a certain procedure of success and how to do things to make money. And through having that learning, we can then all connect with each other through avenues that have been supplied by Knowledge Source, so that we can further use that knowledge and say to each other, hey, this is what I understand, or I didn't understand this about this. Is there anyone that can help me on this? And it's not only the people doing the course, so the people in the audience there, but I always see the people at the back of the room. Or if I'll see Michael come on and say, hey, I heard that, I saw that you needed help with this. Well, here's some way you can help. And then out of that, maybe another student will go, yeah, actually, I did what Michael told me to do. Or there'll be someone else, one of the people within Knowledge Source, one of the mentors that's on stage, they'll even come on. And they'll say, hey, I've seen you doing this, this might be a thing. So that is what the community is about. And it's very supportive as well. And so it's very positive. And I love that. I love that positivity that comes out of it. Everyone's like, no, we know a way you can do that. Don't worry if you're stuck here, go and see this person. So that's really strong. Think about it. Take action. You're the only one that's stopping your success. That's it. It's no one else. It's your choices. And so you've just got to say, am I happy where I am today? Do I think there's more I can do? Do I think I'm smarter than everyone thinks I am? Do I think that that my dreams are achievable? Then if that's you, then you need to be thinking, okay, right now, where am I? What am I going to do tomorrow to change that situation? Because that's what happened to me. I said, what else can I do? I don't think I can't think of anything else. So I gave this a go. I took action, and that first step led to that next step, and I am where I am today.